SHMACKEMAGOB, everybody. Oh man, 38 years ago today, I was walking home from school and my friend's big brother said to me, "Ralph, did you hear?" I said, "What?" He goes, "Ozzy Osbourne died in a plane crash." Now, at the time, Ozzy was all over the news for biting the head off the dove, pissing on the Alamo, eating the head of a bat. So I didn't believe it. I said, "Wow, really?" And then I was kind of like in the back of my head, I was like, "Yeah, right." Because the thing is, I was about to see Ozzy in a couple days. He was playing the Orange Bowl. Foreigner was headlining with UFO. So I go home, and the news is on, and I'll never forget, she was an old lady. I'm sure she must be long dead now. Her name was Ann Bishop on Channel 10 News. And she said, "Rock star Ozzy Osbourne," that's how she said it, Ozzy Osbourne. And I was like, oh, no! Details of a plane crash. And I'll never forget it, man. I was like, oh my God, it's true. But they went into commercials. It was like coming up a story about rock star Ozzy Osbourne in a plane crash. And I was like, no. And then when the commercials ended, that's when I got the news. It wasn't Ozzy, it was Randy. I cried, man. I was devastated. You know, Randy Rhoads at that time was the it guy in the metal scene. Everybody was talking about Randy right before the crash. He just won Guitar Player magazine Best New Guitar Player. And I have seen through the years a lot of people say Randy's just popular because he died. You guys are fucking clueless idiots. You're imbeciles. Everybody knew who Randy was. Everybody loved Randy right before he died. He died right when his star was like rising. So obviously I was devastated because I was about to see Randy for the second time. And I was telling all my buddies, wait till you see Randy live, because I'll tell my story, and here it is, man. I mean, the letters are kind of, this is my I lost so many ticket stubs in the early shows I went to, but I still got this one. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's Randy Ozzy Osbourne at the Sunrise Musical Theater in Florida, Def Leppard High and Dry tour. It was very easy to sneak up front for these shows, and I was all the way up front, right on Randy's side and Pete Willis' side. I mean, I was right there, 3 feet from the man. And all I can say, man, I'll never forget when they opened with I Don't Know and Randy came out with that cream Les Paul, and he would bend the neck and make the noise of a whammy bar during I Don't Know, man. And he was wild. Randy was wild on stage, just as wild as Ozzy. Amazing stage presence. The guy just ripped, man. And there he is, man, just ripping right in front of me, man. And my God, man. And I do remember, man, there was a couple times we had like eye contact and he would smile and shit, at me and people next to me. It's, at least I got to see Randy, but still, man, what a horrendous loss. So I ended up going to the Foreigner show anyway, and I was really upset that day because not one mention of Randy Rhoads at all by any band. I remember Pat Travers took his spot. UFO was great, and the show ended at 6 p.m. It was lame. But a funny story happened after the show. After the show, when we were walking out, there was a guy outside selling bootleg shirts for the Foreigner show. And he was wearing this shirt. I'm going to show you right there. That shirt right there, he was wearing it. A jersey, and I was like, dude, I want the shirt you're wearing. And he was like, no, man, it ain't for sale. And I said, I'll give you 20 bucks right now for it. 20 bucks in '82, it was like a lot of money. The guy took the shirt off his back and sold it to me. And yeah, I've lost the shirt through the years, but I had that shirt. But anyway, I want to show you some of the stuff I got involving Randy. Well, I still got the Blizzard of Oz tour book from the Sunrise Musical Theater. Now, what's unique about this is that show was Tommy Aldridge and Rudy Sarzo. But this book is like the European version, and it brings a poster. Let me show you the poster, which has a lot of cool collages and shit, but I'll show you the... It's the Lee Kerslake, Bob Daisley lineup, and it has cool collage. This is the poster that came with it. Great little book with some cool pictures inside. Him with Lee Kerslake, biography, Ozzy. What an amazing show that was, I gotta tell you. Killer pictures of Randy. Man, what a loss. A picture of the original Blizzard of Oz. Bob Daisley. Lee Kerslake, who, as I filmed this, is still with us. And, you know, the other side with Bob and the album on the back. Also have, which I didn't see it, but I ended up getting it from an ex-girlfriend who got this on eBay for me, the Diary of a Madman tour book, which is really cool as well. Badass, you know. And then I bought this on the No Rest for the Wicked tour. They didn't have a No Rest for the Wicked tour book, but they had this, a tribute tour book, which is all pictures of Randy. It's really cool. Oh man. Now a couple other things I want to show you. This to me is kind of like a holy grail type thing. That, man, if you don't have it, I'm sure you can still get it. It's a box set of, you know, the two Ozzy albums. And Diary of a Madman with a gatefold. But the gatefold, here's the interesting thing. It brings a DVD which has like the story of Randy during the Blizzard era, and it has actual footage that I've never seen before of Randy. Like one of the, I think it was one of the roadies filmed the show with one camera right, you know, after the barricade with no crowd interference, just straight ahead. And it's awesome. And then this one right here is the Blizzard of Oz with a gatefold with a picture of them. And by the way, this ain't no re-recorded bullshit. This is the original deal. Now here's something that a lot of people don't know. It brings, you know, a bonus disc, which is called Ozzy Live. Now let me show you this, because I've showed this before on Facebook, and nobody knows about this. It's weird because it came out, and I bought it on vinyl. I don't know if you can get this anymore, at least not for cheap. But this is a double live vinyl, the same as that CD. I love Tribute. Tribute's an awesome live album. I like this one even more. This is amazing. An amazing double live album. And this is with Aldridge and Sarzo. And by the way, I spoke to Sarzo about that Sunrise show, and he said, "Oh, I remember that because my parents went." You know. And also this box set brings this, so it's super cool. A really killer book with awesome pictures, like look at Ozzy taking a piss. I mean, it's gonna take me forever, but it's got just amazing pictures. You know, the rehearsing of the Blizzard of Oz, or maybe it's even the recording. Where's that one picture? There's one picture where Ozzy's looking at Randy playing, and just like, look at Ozzy's face. I know it's in here somewhere. Should be. It's a picture of Ozzy looking at Randy playing, and look at the face on Ozzy. Well, maybe it's not in here. You know what? I'll just have to superimpose it on the video because I know it's in my computer. Look at this picture of Ozzy looking at Randy playing. He's like, man, what the fuck? But there's so many cool, killer pictures, amazing pictures in here of Ozzy and Randy. I highly recommend this book, and it also brings a poster. Oh. Killer Ozzy posters. Should be a Randy poster, but you know, I love Ozzy too, so I don't mind. So that's that, and I'll go quickly through the CDs, which, you know, Diary of a Madman, This is Quiet Riot, the Randy Rhoads years, which was kind of reworked songs of the Quiet Riot era. Rhino Records released this, and it's not bad. Blizzard of Oz. And this is a cool bootleg called Another Tribute. Now, what's cool about this is that this is from a show that they gave on the radio, King Biscuit Flower Hour, that when I was a little kid, and I still have it, I haven't even attempted to look for it because it's pointless. I used to have an 8-track tape recorder, and I recorded this show on 8-track when I was a kid. And does it say where it was from? I can't remember where this show is from, but it's a popular bootleg. It's probably the most popular bootleg of Ozzy and Randy. Great, great stuff. And this is a really, and of course tribute. And this is a really cool tribute album called Bathead Soup, which, man, to me, Mr. Crowley with Ripper and Yngwie, and Over the Mountain, Mark Slaughter sings really good on it. You'll be surprised. He doesn't sound like the Mark Slaughter you would know. You know, Dee Snider doing Crazy Train, Lemmy doing Desire, just a bunch of cool shit. Oh, and another thing this thing has, which is, I mean, not this one, but the Blizzard of Oz one, which has a version of Goodbye to Romance where it's only the guitar and Ozzy. And it's, in my opinion, the best version I ever heard of that song. It's just, it gives me chills. I got a few more things I'd like to show you. This one, it's okay. It's a tribute album to Randy. It's called Immortal Randy Rhoads. Now, what really disturbs me about this is the Crazy Train cover has Tom Morello on guitar, and the solo is disgraceful. It's such an ugly, stupid solo. But Ripper does a lot of these songs. Chuck Billy and Kelly Rhodes does the song, which is his brother. And you know, it has people like Brad Gillis and Bernie Tormé, Dweezil Zappa, Doug Aldridge, Bruce Kulick does the Back to the Coast, George Lynch, I don't know. Just a lot of great stuff. But, I mean, it's not as good as that Bathead Soup. I think that Bathead Soup is a much better tribute album. This I picked up in New York when I went to go see Kiss on the reunion tour. I went by Bleecker Bob's, which was in the Village, and they had Quiet Riot too. And I paid, I believe, $40 for it, which $40 even sounds a lot today, but '96 it was a lot of damn money. But I bought it, and I got to be honest with you, I don't like the Randy Rhoads stuff with Quiet. I love the song Killer Girls that's on here, but night and day. When he joined Ozzy, that's Randy Rhoads. Here, the solos are great, you know. Of course, I got Tribute on vinyl, and I love this one. I have this twice. I have it also hanging on my wall there, autographed by Ozzy. But this is, it has this song called You Said It All that didn't come in that box set, which is disgraceful. Great fucking song, amazing song. And also that box set brings the B-side, Me Looking at You, You Looking at Me, the B-side of Crazy Train. But this also had Mr. Crowley and Suicide Solution. Great stuff. Then there's this bootleg called From Obscurity to Eternity. It's mostly Quiet Riot stuff, and it ends with Believer, live with Ozzy, and an outtake of Riot Reunion. It's like a bunch of Quiet Riot songs. Like, again, I said, I'm not really... And and Randy even said, you know, he wasn't too crazy. He realizes, when he was in Ozzy's band, he said in an interview, I realize now Quiet Riot would have never made it. He needed somebody like Ozzy, Bob Daisley, Lee Kerslake to be around to come up with the amazing stuff he did. So it's very unfair to judge Randy Rhoads by Quiet Riot stuff, you know. And then last but not least, I know I have some other things, but whatever. This one's called Load Up. Now there's some controversy around this album because side one has 4 tracks that some people say is not Randy Rhoads, and I don't know. Listening to it, I can't. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. That was corny, I know. But it also has Revelation Mother Earth, that's from Indianapolis. Believer, Suicide Solution, and Steal Away the Night from Indianapolis. Another cool bootleg, and that's pretty much it. But I just want to say, man, Randy Rhoads, man, if there was anybody I can bring back, a musician I can bring back, without a doubt it'd be Randy Rhoads. That would be my first choice. I would love to bring Cliff Burton and Bon Scott and Bonham. You know, there's a million I would like to bring back. But Randy Rhoads would be my first choice. And I loved him, man, and I'm so honored that I got to see him live. And look at all these years later, he's still praised as the legend he is. And, you know, hey, to each their own. Everybody has their opinion, and I have seen people say, oh, my favorite Ozzy guitar player is Zakk Wylde. My favorite guitar player in Ozzy was Jakey Lee. I don't think that. I think it's Randy Rhoads. I mean, his work on this title track, S.A.T.O, the solo in Over the Mountain, and Flying High Again, that solo. Tonight, this whole album, Believer may be the most shredding solo. And plus, of course, Mr.Crowley, Steal Away the Night. They're just both phenomenal albums. And I don't think Ozzy has ever topped those two albums. I don't think any guitar player that's joined Ozzy afterwards has matched the greatness of Randy Rhoads. Randy Rhoads to me was, he's my favorite guitar player along with Edward Van Halen. Those are my favorite guitar players. And you know what, man? I do believe, I think about Randy just about every day. Because his death made a serious impact on me when I was a child. You know, Bon Scott messed me up too when I found out he passed away. But Randy was different. I never got to see Bon Scott live. And, you know, Bon was a partier. Bon, you know, drank a lot. And Randy was, all he did was smoke cigarettes. He wasn't a partier, and it was a stupid pilot. You know, the story is, the pilot was mad at his wife, and he was buzzing down to scare her, and he clipped the tour bus and crashed into a building. That's the story I've read. And it's terrible, man. It was such a terrible, terrible loss, terrible tragedy. You know, all I can say, I'm just happy I got to see him. It would have been a drag if I missed that show, and my first chance was at Orangeville to find out he passed away a couple days before. It would have just devastated me. But long live Randy Rhoads, man. I love him. I have to make this video on the 38th anniversary of his passing. And tonight on my radio show, if you're watching this before 8 p.m. Eastern time, I got the link below on that metal station. I'm doing a tribute to Randy Rhoads where I'm actually going to air something I recorded on cassette in 1983. It was a syndicated radio show called Metal Shop, the only show with teeth. Had a tribute to Randy Rhoads, and where they had people like Ozzy and George Lynch and Kevin DeBro, a bunch of people talking about Randy. And also, I'm also got other little interview clips and rare recordings and stuff off these two albums. You know, I'm even going to play something from Quiet Riot. I'm just going to do a whole tribute to Randy tonight starting at 8 p.m. So I hope you all can join in and check it out. And long live Randy Rhoads, man. He was the best with Eddie, in my opinion. So thank you everybody for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel and click that little bell for notifications. SHMACKEMAGOB. Hey, check out my podcast, The VIERA Vault, on Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes. Subscribe. The links are below.